are all connected when you get down to the bottom of it. But what happens to animals on factory farms is abysmal. For egg production, for example, you have chickens that are crammed into these small wire cages where they're packed so tightly they can't even stretch their wings. They're constantly scraping against the wire cages of their enclosures. Their feathers wear off. They end up with bruises and abrasions on their bodies. And they'll live this way for about a year. And then when they're no longer profitable in egg production, they're taken out of the cages. Usually they're ripped out by their legs. And during that process, many of them have their bones broken because they've been laying eggs at such an intensive level. In 1 year, an egg-laying hen today is expected to produce about 270 eggs. So they're crowded in these horrible cages where they can't move. They're pushed beyond their biological limits. In 1 year, a hen producing 270 eggs will lose about 30 times the weight of her skeleton in calcium in the form of eggshells. So she's being depleted of calcium, and by the end of her laying cycle, she has osteoporosis, and that's why when they pull them out of the cages, their bones are often broken. Now, these hens used to be sent to slaughterhouses to be killed for chicken pot pies and other chicken soup and other low-grade chicken products, and that still happens from time to time. But increasingly, there are these heavy meat-type birds that are readily available that are taking the slaughterhouse's time, and the time is money, so the slaughterhouses don't want to waste their time on these skinny spent hens, is what they're actually called. And I'll just quickly say that in our country we have two distinct types of chickens that are raised commercially now. We have the meat-type birds that have been genetically bred to grow twice as big and twice as fast as normal. So they're the ones that are used for meat. And then you have your egg-laying hens who've been genetically bred to put all their feed energy into egg production. But they don't grow very big or very meaty. So the slaughterhouses don't really like them that much anyway. And now that you have all these meat birds readily available, slaughterhouses sometimes don't even take them. So now you have spent hens that egg farmers have to figure out what to do with. And there was a case in California where an egg farmer had 30,000 spent hens. Couldn't find a slaughterhouse or anybody to take them. So what he did was he got a wood chipper and he threw the live birds into the wood chipper. And some neighbors saw this. They were appalled. They called local law enforcement. They contacted us. We tried to get this egg factory convicted of cruelty to animals for throwing these live birds into the wood chipper. And we were told that this was a normal agricultural practice. And ultimately that guy was found not guilty of cruelty to animals because it was an acceptable agricultural practice. It kind of reminds me of, I heard this story during the Salem witch hunts. And the executioners who were charged with killing the witches were told, don't look into their eyes, because if you do, they'll cast a spell on you and you won't be able to kill them. So what we're saying is to look into their eyes of the animals and to be human, basically. And I wouldn't say that that's a spell that is cast on us. I would say that that is a natural part of human empathy.